and welcome to Amethyst Star Crafting. My name is Jane Allmark and I'm a UK independent Stampin' Up demonstrator. And today we're going to do a fun dog card using the Happy Tails. I absolutely love this stamp set because you've got the cute little dog and all sorts of lovely sayings to do with dogs. And it comes with a coordinating punch, so you can actually punch out the dog, which is really simple and easy. So for this card we need to punch out 8 dogs, and what I've done is I've just done them in a wash in smoky slate. So I've done 4 in smoky slate and in different sort of hues, so slightly darker and slightly lighter, and we've got 4 in crumb cake, and again slightly darker and slightly lighter. So we need 8 of them for this. We are using the wreath template that I'm always talking to you about. Very easy thing. I will put the link through to it if you've missed that down below, but if you subscribe to me, you will already know all about this and know what I've been doing with it. And if you haven't, please look at subscribing, because I do post regularly, and hopefully there are ideas and things that you will find useful and things that you can take away and have a go at. So we need a piece which is 5 inches by 5 inches square, and we're going to put this on the 5-inch part of the wreath template on the grid paper. And we've punched out a little mask, so we want a little mask on this, and we are going to put that up in the top. So we need it to come, if that's going to come there, I always do a double take on it, so I will line it up where I think I want it. Then I will rotate it, because I don't want the head of the dog to come off. And look, you can see that's going to come off, so we need to move it in a bit closer. So let me just take that back in on here again, and we can see that we need it fairly low down on this one. So I'm just going to hold it again for a minute, move it round and see. Yes, that's where we want it. Okay, so now we've decided where that's going to go. And I only do it because otherwise you can have the head of things stuck off, and that's not where we want. So we need to just put that down with some washi tape. I use retired washi tape because it's the easiest thing to put it down with. And you're just going to stick that mask down right on the corner like that, and then just put it in. Okay, so we now have where we're going to put the first one, which is there, and we're going to line up the grid paper, the card where we want it underneath, and we're going to take our first dog. Now we do need to put some dimensionals on this, so I think it'll probably need 2 actually. So I'm going to put 1 on the head of the dog, and then 1 down on the body of the dog like that. So take those dimensionals off, and this will give us a lovely circle of dogs that are going to be just standing up with the dimensionals. So put that in where you want it, tuck it through very carefully, which is just, when you've got ones with little pieces, you need to just sort of wriggle it through a bit so it'll come off. And then we're going to move it round to the diagonal, put it down, and we're then going to put one of the smoky slate ones on. So again, 2 dimensionals on this. Our dimensionals are really good. I use them because I like the fact that they are honeycomb shaped, so you have different sides, so that rather than being round you get more of a surface area. So, and this one is then going to come in on the top like this, and again just put it into the template where you want it, and again just slide it out. The feet and things you need to do just a little bit carefully, but there's that one. Then we're going to move it round to the next one, and we're going to put another crumb cake one in. So again, 2 dimensionals. It's a little bit heavy on dimensionals, this one, but our dimensionals are so good. You do get them in a pack with 3 packets or 3 sheets. So you do get quite a few, and as I say, you know that once you put them on with our dimensionals, they're not going anywhere. You can send that card out, you can give it away, and you know that the dimensionals are always going to be stuck down perfectly. So let's just slide that in where we want it, and just tuck his little nose out like that. And then we're going to move it round again, and we'll put the smoky slate one in. This is a really good technique. If you look back on the last couple of videos I've done one with butterflies, I've done one with hearts, and it's very similar to the floating frame that's very popular at the moment, but this is doing it with the grid template that or the wreath template, using the grid paper, which is a very easy way of doing it. So let's move it round again, put it square, pop that on. What do we do? Grey. We want a crumb cake one on now. So again, dimensional at the top, dimensional at the bottom. The most amount of time it takes with this is cutting out your dogs or punching out your dogs and colouring them in how you want. As I say, this one I've just coloured in with a very simple wash with the aqua painter. So let's pop this one up like that, tuck it out, turn it round again. But I really like the dimension that this this technique gives. Right, we want another grey one or a smoky slate one. Yeah, I think this is a great technique. As I say, the idea itself wasn't mine. It was from Jennifer Maguire, who's an amazing crafter. But she uses a bought plastic template, Wreath Builder. And I like to use things that, that we have with Stampin' Up. So this wreath template with the grid paper is absolutely perfect for doing all sorts of cards like this, and they're just a bit of fun. They add a dimension to your projects, and as I say, I'm really having fun doing these ones. So this is the 3rd one, and I shall probably do something else next time, but I just wanted to write. So we're going to have a brown. Yeah, pop the brown one in on here, which is the crumb cake. And yeah, I think they add a lovely look to a card, which is just something slightly different. We've been using the Wreath Builder templates that we've made for stamping images on. Whereas this time you can actually use it for putting die cuts and stamped images. So let's just pop that one in on here. And then we've just got the last one to go in on this piece here. As I've said to you, you don't need to glue or stick the template, card down, because, or the template part down, because you can hold it quite easily with your fingers. I find that that's, you know, just line it up like that. Hold your template into position with your other two fingers and then literally just put it down. So we've got these dogs with quite a little bit of height in them. Let's make sure he's in the right position. In on the template, ease that out. Like that. And there you have a rather fun row of little dogs coming round, and I quite like the fact that the little tails are all sort of sticking up. Now you can put a little tiny piece of dimensional down if you don't want it sticking out that much, but I don't mind that too much. I think that that looks quite sweet. So we've got that like that. Now what you can do is to then carry on a little bit with this stamp set. So we've got the little paw prints, and what you can do then is to put, let's take the paw print, let's get the Stamparatus back out again, and we are then going to use, so let's take that mask off. You can use these masks again and again and again, so I've actually saved all of mine because once you've got them, put them in your stamp case and then you can use them again. So on this one we are going to literally just add, so using the Stamparatus, and let's put this Wreath Builder back in like this. In fact, I'm going to turn it that way, that way around, yes, that way around, I think. So it's not, no I'm not, I'm going to put it this way, because I have found, says me faffing about as always, I have found that if you put it this way round, you've got that little bit of space there. So I'm going to put a magnet on there which holds the wreath in place, and then I'm going to use the second magnet just down at the bottom to hold that in. So we are then going to put our, we want our little paw to come, let's have it up in the corner like this, just in a little bit, so we can have some little paw prints just in the corner on here. I'm going to use crumb cake, so excuse me for reaching across into my case, because this is a normal off the hoof thing. I didn't know that I was going to do this bit on it, but I just think it needs something right in the corner. So let's just put that one down like that. Turn it round to the next part. Put that in. Got that straight. And we'll ink that up again. Now I don't know whether, no, that's going to come too far off. So we'll move it round again. And I'm just going to do that one in there. Do it round corner to corner on this, I think. That one in there. Like that. Then that one in this corner. Oh no, come off the paper on there, doesn't it? So because it's really only these corner pieces that we're going to get, we might get something running through a little bit on there. Okay, so that's 4 done like that. Now do we want to have I think I'm going to put a grey one in. This is where I have to sort of think, am I, aren't I? Because I don't want to over egg it, as it were, and have too much. But I'm thinking that maybe one that's just a little bit lower like that might work quite nicely. Now, I I've got a choice. I could do it in the smoky slate, but I think I'm just going to do it like that. That's better. So you've got 2 paw prints coming up, because obviously dogs have 4 paws, so they wouldn't sort of be hopping around on one. So you've got the 2 paws, and just slightly offset I think works quite nicely. Pop this round on here. And put that one there. And then last one in on that corner. Like that. That's better. So I've got a little bit of interest on the outside or the edge of the card as well. Just clean that down with the Simply Chamois. And that little clean off. There we go. And yeah, I think that that will work really well. We just need to put that onto a base of Sahara sand, and that will then work. I quite like the way that when you do this with punches or die cuts, you get little patterns in the centre. So you've got this little sort of swirly piece running in the centre. But I like that now. I think that looks really great for anybody who's got a dog friend. And then we need a piece of crumb cake on here, don't we? I've got a base, so let's put the base in like that. So that's the 5 by 5, which we'll put in perfectly. And I think I would probably put, have I got any, don't know whether I've got any crumb cake cut. Anyway, I'm not going to show you that bit now because you all know how to cut that bit down. But what I would do is I would cut it onto a small mat of crumb cake to just balance it out. But I really like, as I say, the way the dogs work round in a little circle, and you've got all these little wagging tails coming on. And then what you can do is in the inside, you can put the sentiment that you want. So we've got friends forever. We've got a best friend leaves a paw print on your heart. We've got just for you. And we've got keep calm and wag on. So any of those would fit quite nicely inside. So again, another fun way of using the grid plate or the grid sheet wreath builder. It's getting quite a mouthful actually. It's like some of our embossing folders. But this wreath builder, very, very easy to use and make. I'm just going to put that magnet out the way so it can't touch onto it. Yeah, very, very easy to make. I will put the directions down in on the description box below, but you can see I've laminated this one so it's easy to just wipe clean, but you can do it literally just on one of the sheets and do a new one each time if you want to, entirely up to you. But I hope you'll have a go at doing some of these, and again, this one is for the dog lovers out there. So thank you so much for watching me, and do look forward to seeing you again. Bye bye.